This video is about our incredible friend Lee McMillan.
If you don't know who Lee is, you probably do already, but if you haven't heard the news, 3 weeks ago, after a really long, tough battle with mental health, Lee took her own life. It's been really difficult to try and find the words and try and make a video about this. We've obviously taken 3 weeks away just to try to process it, try to grieve ourselves. But we want this video to tell you about Lee and her amazing life that she lived and the impact that she's left, and just to tell her story and take what she's done already and just amplify it into the world.
For those of you that didn't know Lee, she was the kindest soul, the brightest light, and the most encouraging, real and honest person. An inspiration to many, an animal lover, and an all-round beautiful human being. She was brought into our lives through our good friends Eamon and Beck.
The crazy thing is, like most people, we never actually met Lee in person, but we'd FaceTimed Lee with Eamon and Beck whilst they were quarantining in Canada, and instantly we just had a connection with her. We would message back and forth.
She was just our kind of girl.
She was our
she?
kind of girl,
Like,
yeah.
we knew as soon as we spoke to her that she'd be in our circle of people.
Yeah.
I just think she was so open and real, and that's who we are as well. So we just connected immediately, and it was just paved the way for such a solid friendship that we had. It was such a great friendship, wasn't it?
And for anybody who does know Lee and her close friends, like, she's one of a kind, you know. There's not many people that come into your life like Lee, and for us, we loved her straight away.
Yeah. We'd always spoken about, like, whenever the world opens back up again, like, she can fly over to Europe and travel with us and cuss at the bus.
I cannot wait until the world opens up a bit more and I can come to Europe and finally hang out with the both of you.
We just knew that when we met her, we'd love her even more.
When you get the news of the death of a loved one, it always comes out of nowhere, when you least expect it. It was a grey day in West Wales, and we were in the middle of fixing our rickshaw. News like this always flips your world upside down.
So today's the day we get to drive Chapati home. The sun is shining. And I feel like she's with us. And hopefully she can guide us home without any mishaps this time. It was a beautiful drive through the Welsh countryside, but our hearts were just broken. The sun was with us the whole way, and we knew that Lee was too.
Lee, as a friend, you were so encouraging, you were so honest, and seeing you share your stories, I was so proud of you watching those videos. And you actually gave my friend and I the push to start a podcast about mental health. And when we announced it, you were the first person to comment, and you were just so stoked to hear it. I loved how open and honest you were about your struggles, and I knew that you were doing it to help other people, which is just an ode to who you are as a person. Seeing you do your thing online and knowing that you were doing it to help other people, which is the selfless side of you, which would do anything to make people's pain easier, you gave us the push to start the podcast. And since your passing, we've brought out 4 episodes, and just the knock-on effect of what you already started has been incredible. So we would go for these dips in the ocean just to sort of keep our minds in check. And so when we brought the podcast out, we said, if anyone wants to come down, because Lee would have loved it, you would have loved it if you were there. And we had so many people come, and everybody went in, and everybody was, everybody who was there had some struggles in the past. But for us all to just get in the sea and knowing that you were there as well, it was just the most incredible moment. And we're going to keep doing that as well, just to keep the ball rolling with everything that you started. Lee, your brave and fierce ways have and always will make such a huge difference in the world. Everybody came away feeling amazing and a lot less alone.
We were so proud of you when you put out your first YouTube channel on your own. I even cried because I knew how hard it was for you, and you were so brave, but you were so worried about what people would say in the comments. She just knew and like touched so many people. Like everybody, like most of you watching this probably never met her, but you're all feeling like you've lost a great friend, you know?
She just put so much love out into the world, and that's all she ever deserved in return. And with Lee, she had such an amazing support system of friends and family. She talked openly about going to therapy, and at one stage she was even taking medication to try and help her through.
And I just feel like by her doing that, she's just like breaking that stigma that it's okay. Like, if I can do this, then you can. Talking openly about her struggles with mental health is so brave, and I'm just so proud of her for doing that because of how many people she would have helped.
So Lee was a huge advocate for wearing her heart on her sleeve, bearing all, like we said, to help other people. But the ugly truth is Lee was a victim of cyberbullying, relentless cyberbullying on YouTube. It's really difficult to come to terms with what's happened, and having family and friends suffer with mental health, and being in the YouTube community and seeing how negativity and bad comments affect our close friends. It's just so painful to see the effects of what can really happen online. So the other message that we want to put out there is, just because people put themselves out there online, it doesn't give anybody the right to just be horrible, just be nasty for the sake of a comment to try and get a laugh. So I honestly feel like something needs to change. Cyberbullying, it just needs to be addressed. It needs to stop. Somebody needs to put their foot down somewhere and start drawing up some rules. But yeah, all the money for the GoFundMe for Lee is going to go towards the prevention of cyberbullying and to help people who are suffering with their mental health.
Yeah, I know we're probably preaching to the wrong choir here, but just be kind. And if you see anybody being rude online, just report it, or stick up for your favourite YouTubers, because you never know what people are going through and how hard these comments can hit. This isn't something that people should have to just deal with because they put themselves online. I think losing Lee has definitely made us look at the way we're living,
100%.
And especially the content we make. I feel like mental health it affects everybody, it's it needs to be put forward front and centre into everybody's conversations. And I guess we just want to carry on Lee's advocacy of supporting people with mental health and really getting the stigma shut down. And
yeah, just getting it out there, because we've touched on it before. We've made little bits and we've talked about our struggles with depression and anxiety, but we want to just be more open and honest, just to get it out there, to make people feel less alone, or even especially for men as well, like to not feel like you can't talk about your feelings, or you can't say that there's something wrong. So yeah, losing Lee has completely changed the way we're going to live our lives. We're going to live our lives to the fullest, because we know that's what Lee would want. But we're also going to just do our best to try and help as many people as we can, because that's what we want to do as well.
Yeah, we really want to make something of our channel. We've never just, we've raised money for charities and things, but this is something we feel so strongly about that we're going to move forward with it 100%. And we'd love you guys to do the same thing. We'd love you to, do the 21-day challenge that Eamon and Beck have put up. #SpeakUpForLee. Just let's get a movement going around mental health, and that it's okay not to be okay, and it's okay to talk.
So when we say, rule your own world, it doesn't just mean jump on a plane and go on holiday, or build out a van, or start a business. It means rule your internal world as well. So if we can say, like, for one thing is for Lee, just speak up if you're struggling, because we know that's what she would want to.
A true shining star. It's so clear to see like the impact that Lee had on so many people, as so many of us are grieving for a friend that we never even met. And I feel I feel ready now to go out there and live my life, not just for me now, but for Lee. Show her a bit of Wales maybe next week, and really just know that she's there, you know, a little guiding light for us. And she'll be everywhere. She'll be with us on all of our trips.
Yeah, for sure.
And that is a lovely feeling.
So we're going to leave some resources in the comments if you are struggling and you don't know where to look. We'll also leave the podcast below. You know, if you know someone who's struggling, it might help you to understand them a bit better. We'll also leave the GoFundMe. So if you haven't donated already, we'd love it if you jumped over and just chucked a few quid in there to help us get to that target.
Make it like your, you know, when people say I do one kind thing a day, that would be great. And I don't think people realise who they could be helping by just donating a little bit.
Yeah. Lee, your adventures are forever going to inspire people to get out there and see the world. Your honesty and bravery is going to help people feel less alone, to be true to themselves and feel no shame in speaking up. And your infectious love and laughter will live on not just through your friends and family, but by all those around the world who felt your light. We will think about you every day and make a promise to live our lives to the fullest, not just for us, but for you. And we just want to say, this has obviously affected so many people, so we're sending you all love. If you're grieving for Lee, we're sending you love. Amy and Beck, we love you guys. Lee's family, we love you all so much. And of course, Lee, we love you from the bottom of our hearts.